What's up, race fans? Daniel Blair and Jim Holley of Race Day Live, presented by AMSoil. This is the official post-race show, and Jim, in the 250 division, Justin Hill was very smart tonight. Efficient ride, but it was Aaron Plessinger who was on rails. He was on another level.
Where do we start tonight here in Seattle? I mean, both that 250 and 450 main events were just packed with all kinds of action, but you mentioned Aaron Plessinger getting the first of 2017 for him. He was on. I mean, he was on all night. That heat race, him and Jimmy Dakotas put on a heck of a show out there, and he had this section behind us here, that triple. He had it down all night, and I was thinking, well, is he gonna do it in the main? And he did it in the main. I mean, I think he was the only rider tonight, and I'm talking both 250 and 450, that could do that section consistently and do it clean consistently. But, you know, I think Hill just did what he had to do. You know, I mean, finished second, lose 3 points. He's got 18. He got a week off before we see him in Salt Lake City there. And, you know, I thought that was a great ride for him, and more equal, the same kind of ride for the man who finished in the third, Mitchell Oldenburg. We haven't seen him. He got injured after San Diego, I believe, and to come back after that long layoff and not being under race conditions, to come back in conditions like this for Mitchell Oldenburg to finish up third on that podium, I thought that was a great ride for him.
Now, in the 450 division, where do we start? Who do we talk about? It was an unbelievable ride for almost everybody. Marvin Musquin gets out front, cleared track, takes care of business, but behind him it was just all over the place.
Well, it all started when they came out of the starting line and they went in that first turn. You saw the number one with the red background go down, and you thought, wow. And then you looked up a little bit, and Eli Tomac was buried in the back of the pack, and a prime opportunity for Dungey if he would have got out with his teammate Marvin Musquin to gain some points on Eli Tomac. But Eli wasn't to be denied. I mean, he was coming through, and he knew Dungey was behind him, and Eli's heart rate probably peaked about 200 when he got off in the back over there. But, you know, like he said in the press conference, lucky he was able to get back up. He wasn't hurt, his bike wasn't too tweaked, and he was able to get back on that horse and finish up and finish up in a second. I was surprised. We were, you know, talking, hey, I don't think either of the points leaders are going to be on the podium tonight, but Eli Tomac somehow scratched his way back up to the top of that podium. Not the top, but the second spot. But the top spot went to Marvin Musquin. He rode fabulous, just did what he had to do, got a great start, and just kind of rode his own race. Didn't even care what was behind him. The 21 guys behind, didn't have to worry about that.
And Jim, for Cooper Webb, he had a great night as well. As far as the riding goes, it didn't match up on paper. He had the tough break there, he went down, but the heat race, the main event ride, kind of a breakout night for Cooper Webb.
Well, and the other thing is he had fast time, and you got to remember that he was able, we were talking about guys who were going to dissect the track. He only had 10 minutes out there of qualifying practice. It was just 10 minutes, and Cooper Webb did that. But, you know, in the main, we thought, hey, maybe he's going to get his first win of his career. You know, he was right there in second, and then saw Marvin kind of stretching out. A few mistakes Cooper made. Him and you know, Anderson went back and forth, and then you figure, well, maybe for sure he's going to have a podium. And then the track here in Seattle tonight came up and bit the number 2. But, you know, he's still a rookie. He's still learning. He'll put that in the bank, and he'll go to school, and he'll remember that when he comes back here next year. And what do you say about Jason Anderson? He put himself in a good position. He was up there right with Marvin, running second, but, you know, managed to stay up there. But he's chomping at the bit. He wants a win, and he knows he's got to get a little faster, and he's got to up the intensity. But, and then what do you say about Ryan Dungey? You know, it's tied. It's going to be dueling red backgrounds when we head to Salt Lake City for that 450 class. And, you know, we haven't seen that in a long time in the 450 class. Dueling red number plates, Salt Lake City, 3 to go. And, you know, Dungey's got to get some better starts, and he's got to get some wins, and he's got to get them quick.
He definitely does. But for Seattle, for Jimmy Holley and Daniel Blair, this is Race Day Live, presented by AMSoil. This was the official post-race show.